had a thought when you were talking about not taking pre-workout every workout.
Yeah.
Which I do. I take.
You every workout? No.
Every workout other than the 3 with a training partner that I've talked about. Basically every workout of the last.
All with stimulants, all of them?
Yeah. Not a lot. Not a lot.
A little bit, yeah. Because your caffeine intake is...
I keep my caffeine very reasonable. Like I'll use like a 1/4 of a scoop of pre-workout. But even just the placebo of the taste and the routine. But something that I've always wanted to do because I find it physiologically optimal, but then I don't because I'm a human and I just go with my impulses in the moment, is to rely on caffeine only when needed, like when I feel like I need it, and also only when in a fat loss phase. Like if I'm in even at maintenance, but really if I'm in a moderate surplus and I'm trying to build muscle, I shouldn't be using any pre-workout because I have plenty of glycogen. I'm hydrated. I'm ready to go. I don't have I just have food in my system that I can use for that training session. Yeah. And then when cutting, the caffeine hits even harder. And like when those workouts that are really brutal come about, they don't feel as hard as they would have otherwise.
That makes sense. I should definitely clarify because the way you use pre-workout is very responsible. And like you are meticulous with your caffeine intake. I see a lot of people who will have 4 cups of coffee throughout the day, and then they'll go to work, do a workout, and then they'll have 300 milligrams of caffeine for their pre-workout. So now they're already up to like 500, 600 milligrams of caffeine on the day. And like, who knows what else they're having. It's like, I think when you're chronically overusing caffeine and then you're chronically drained and then you're also chronically relying on this extra caffeine well beyond any daily recommended dose, that's when I think they end up overdoing it and over relying on it. And I also think it's the same thing that I noticed with like geared powerlifting, which is like when you got to go to the gym, you got to have your belt, you've got to have your squat suit, you got to have your deadlift suit, you got to have your bench press shirt. It's like, I just want to go to the gym in a t-shirt and shorts and get a great lift in without needing all of this stuff. Mm-hmm. Whereas if you feel like you can't work out without this, that's a real handicap for you. Like, cause if you feel like the only way you're going to get a workout in is it's the worst placebo, it's a nocebo where it's like, you don't have this, it's going to be worse. It's like, maybe you need to adjust, and these are not you, but in general, people need to adjust their expectations of how they need to feel before they get a workout in. Maybe you could just feel relatively moderately tired and get a workout in and let the endorphins and everything pick you up over time rather than needing this quick, gotta beta alanine, get the itches, get like the, you know what I mean?
But it's hard when it's an option. Yeah, when it's in the pantry and you can have that. Oh, I'm tired. I didn't sleep great last night. I could do this workout not feeling good, and then maybe halfway or 3/4 of the way through, I start feeling better naturally, or I can feel better right now. We as humans want to feel better now.
Of course.
And that shows a lot of our decisions around anything dopaminergic, any cheap dopamine out there.
Correct.
I've never told this story anywhere. It's not even much of a story, but you jogged my memory. In 2012, I was living in Vancouver for a brief period of time.
You got to tell this.
We don't need to go into online poker got shut down in the U.S. and so I moved to Vancouver.
You're a professional poker player. Yeah.
No, not professional. I was making money playing online poker a little bit. I remember feeling something that was very foreign to me, which now in hindsight is anxiety from way too much caffeine. I would have a large Starbucks every morning, which was like 440 milligrams of caffeine. Yeah. And then I would have black? And then I loved my artificial sweeteners in there.
But no milk.
No milk.
Yeah,
no milk.
Okay.
But
Splenda or something.
Yeah, sweet and low and a sugar-free vanilla syrup in there.
Oh yeah.
And then I would have a scoop of 300 milligram pre-workout before my lift. And I find that caffeine hits me harder when I'm leaner. And I was I was single digit body fat at the time. Yeah. And during and after my workout, I was having like panicky feelings, like the world is ending type of feelings, like
you're going to die type stuff.
Yeah. And like couldn't control my emotions. And in hindsight, just I was consuming too much caffeine, which it took me, I don't know, 6 to 9 months.
Oh,
to
you
figure
didn't
that
realize
out,
it at the time?
No.
Oh.
No. Yeah.
Something's wrong.
Yeah. And like, I'm not telling anyone either. I'm just like all in here. But that led to me being sensitive about caffeine intake. One of the first articles, remember when back in the day when you'd launch a website, you had to have at least 5 blog posts on the site because that was like the general.
People had to have something to read when they went.
Exactly. Yeah. And one of them was about the caffeine content of all these various products. Yeah, Crystal Light has this much, Diet Coke, Mountain Dew, and I had them memorized because I was dialing in my caffeine intake. So I was realizing
so much makes sense to me now about like how focused you are on caffeine and how you know how much caffeine is in so many different products.
Caffeine has a massive impact on my sleep, and my sleep has a massive impact on my mood and my immunity and my ability to stay on track with nutrition specifically. My sleep and my hunger are very intertwined. I think that's true for many people, but you know, look, I'm staying at your house. You just moved in here in the last 2 weeks, and you and your wife were kind enough, and you know me well enough that you don't even have blackout curtains on your window, but I have, they're like the kid ones, right?
I was like, we're putting these up in his room because he needs this.
And I have blackout curtains, which I appreciate so much. And I slept great last night. But I guess the reason why I have become someone who pays close attention to these things is because I feel the benefits of, room temp, darkness, quality sleep, not having too much caffeine, not having it too late in the day, et cetera.
You're one of the most in tune people with not just your body, but how certain things affect your body. It's been cool, but you're so data driven and like number driven. And so like you will look at, all right, what did I take? What did I have? How did that affect this? It's very cool to see how you analyze things so objectively in these inputs and outputs in your life and how much they impact you. Whereas I feel I'm more just like, let's just fucking, I'm sort of like guessing, right? Like I'm sort of like, let's just see what happens. And I have no idea. Whereas you're super focused and aware and objective with what's going on.
Yeah. Personality difference.
Yeah. Big personality.